Bounce is back. The boy is back fashionably late. Was good, but I'm here now. I don't want to keep you guys waiting too much longer. I've been keeping y'all waiting. Hold on, can y'all hear me? We doing some switcheroos. Hey, can y'all hear me? Can you be? Let me know something. I want to see if y'all can hear me. All right, Kenya said we good. Man, what's popping? Your boy had to come late. You know, it be like that sometimes. The kid is fashionably late. But better late than never. Yeah, make sure y'all come in and smash the like button. YouTube is still playing games, I see. You're not supposed to keep a lady waiting. I'll be late. I can't help it. I'm a star. I'll be late. I don't know. I just be late sometimes. I'll be on the CP time or something. It happens, but I'm here now, so we're gonna get a little stream out of this. Man, YouTube playing. I guess YouTube trying to punish me because I came so late. They not sending out no notifications, whatever. Like, where's Surah? My boy Isaiah Felix. Bro, they hating. Can you be? YouTube be doing this. They be trying to punish me because I be late and stuff. So they don't want to send no notification. Like, they're literally not sending out no notification. It's just me and you. They're crazy, bro. This is insanity. Well, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then I'll be right back and see if we can get this stream started. Jeremiah, what you cooking though? What you cooking? I just ate ice up, man. I just ate some good food. Oh, you making that meatloaf? Hey, you know what? I never get, because I'm so spoiled. My family makes good meatloaf. I've never went somewhere and ordered meatloaf. You know how some people be ordering from the restaurant? So there's certain foods where I only do it if it's homemade. You see what I'm saying? Meatloaf is one of them. Cause I don't like everybody's meatloaf. My family didn't. My pops make a mean meatloaf. Potato salad, that's another one. My pops' potato salad is fire, so it's like I'm too spoiled to eat some watered down potato salad. Kenya made eggplant parmesan. That sounds good. Yeah, there ain't nothing like homemade meatloaf. Shout out to that guy George. He said, "What's up, Ego? I've been subscribed to you for a minute. First time catching your live. Yeah, I'm a bit late today, but good to have you. Good to have you." Yeah, you can't trust everybody's food, or at least me. Some people, I don't know. Like, you ever had a potluck at work? Like, no. Them work potlucks be sketch. I remember this dude at my old job, he brought spaghetti and he put like Cheetos in it. I was like, ugh. And it looked dry. I'm like, why you put the Cheetos in? Like, I ain't never had that, bro. See, some of y'all can't cook. Y'all gotta just leave it to the professionals. How you gonna put some damn Cheetos in the spaghetti? Like, that's and it, like, I feel like even if that's your thing, like, why would you bring that to a work potluck, cooking for a group of people? You know what I'm saying? That man put the Cheeto. I was like, ugh. Like, nah, bro. And it looked dry. You know, and then we was at the potluck, and he was standing by the table. Oh, you tried the spaghetti? You tried the spaghetti? Like, bro, leave people alone. They don't want to try that nasty looking spaghetti. Yeah, I was like, I'm good. I don't want that. I like basic stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like food, it don't have to be all over the top. Shout out to Jermiah Johnson. Yo, listen, I didn't know if I was gonna even make the live, so we're gonna just rock it out and, you know, try to get it cracking. Hopefully YouTube sends out the notification. If not, it'll probably be a shorter stream, and then y'all holler at me tomorrow. So I want to talk about it, bro. This is by far one of the, like, outside of like Mayweather Pacquiao, but that's kind of an anomaly fight. This has been one of the longest, like, fight waiting announcements that I can recall in quite some time, and it's wild annoying. And of course, I'm talking about Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Shout out to Kenya B. I agree. Everyone's definition of clean don't meet my standards. Facts. Fact. That's a big fact. This fight has been, it's just taken so long for nothing. Like, I want to see the fight. I'm still confident it can happen, but it's like, man, I'm trying to get to it. What's up? Yeah, shout out to Jermiah Johnson. Yeah, I had some stuff I was doing. I couldn't even do the stream at the normal time, but I just want to see it. Errol Spence, it's to a point where I'm just getting tired of the chatter. Like, me being a content creator, and I'm not trying to, this ain't no woe is me, like, sympathy story, but I'm telling you, I get an overflow of everybody's opinion because I produce hit content. People come to videos, watch the videos, follow me on the gram, follow me on Twitter. So it's like, I'm surrounded, and I'm not complaining because without the fans, I couldn't do this. But I'm surrounded by other people's opinions. And then when it comes to a good fight like Crawford versus Errol Spence, there's a lot of people, Roger Mayweather told you, most don't know ish about boxing. And they sure enough don't. And there's a lot of people who are like eagerly voicing their opinions, and I'm just tired of all the opinions. I just want to see it. Like, I'm from the Bay, bro. We just like about that smoke, about that action. Like I need to see it. End all the talk and discussion and back and forth. This ain't tennis. I ain't Venus and Serena. I don't do the back and forth. Shout out to my boy Sura. We just waiting. YouTube is tripping, so we just getting started. But shout out to Sura. Kenya B and Sura repping Chicago. Man, I got fans in Chicago. I got fam in Chicago. Let's get it. Yeah, but it gets to a point. I'm literally tired of just hearing people's opinion. Like, it's going to be either Errol or it's going to be Crawford. I doubt the fight ends in a draw based on the temperament of both fighters. Could be wrong, but I'm trying to see that. I want to see the smoke. It's taking longer for Spence Crawford fight to happen than Biden to get a full sentence out. You wrong, bro. You didn't have to do him like that. Yeah, I'm just ready to see it. Now, the other thing that's crazy is, listen, blame ego. Y'all can mess around and blame me because it's my fault. Because I pioneered this game and I made people want to do this. I showed people the way. Like I'm the messiah of boxing, the Elohim of boxing. And in Boxing Talk in the digital space, I showed people. I came up, doing videos in the room on a cheap microphone to upgrading the set and actually being there and going to the fights. I'm supposed to be on everybody's list. You know what I mean? So the only downside of inspiring so many people on the internet getting bigger and YouTube, boxing getting bigger and, things like that is, again, you have, back in the day, it was only a handful of us. You see what I'm saying? Like Fight Hub, Hype, and Ellie, you know what I'm saying? There's only a handful of us. Nowadays, everybody want to be in the mix. And nowadays, you got people that are in the media and they want to be thirsty as, like, they think they the stars. I'm the star of boxing. Yeah, and I don't even try. I just do my thing. But there's people, it's like, it's super thirsty, bro. Like, you go to look at all these fighters when they post anything, like Crawford, Errol, Charlo, Tank, and then you see like boxing media, like groupies, like leaving a million comments. And I'm not talking about just saying like, hey, what's up? Or if you have a personal relationship with the fighter, because that's regular stuff. I'm talking about groupie, like, go watch my YouTube video, all in the video. It's like boxing media or whatever you want to call it is getting crazy. Shout out to the boy Kamal Oz. The truth is back. Hold on. Let Kamal Oz get some. The money goes into my piggy. Kamal says, not sure if it's productive for Devin to attack Tank and Espinoza. Yeah, I didn't prefer that either, just based on the fact, that Devin fought on Showtime before. Oh, he's saying it right there. Showtime gave him his first big break. Tank is a superstar. Don't burn bridges. Aram has said his plan is Haney, Lomachenko after the I agree with that. I don't believe in burning bridges. If you know anything with me, I keep that bridge and path clear. I don't want to burn bridges and then, you might have to double back and travel that path. So yeah, I don't think that's the best move. And I understand some dudes is young making money and stuff, so they're not looking at it like that. But just check it from your OG, from your old head, from somebody who's been and, lived a little bit more life than some of these young fighters. It's not smart, like Kamal Oz is saying. It's not smart to burn your bridges. You know what I mean? It's like that commercial, Get Off the Fence. I don't know. I'm not sure what commercial y'all referring to. Hey, but make sure y'all come in and get the likes up. We got to do that. We had more than half of these likes that we have right now before I even started streaming. So the new people who are just joining, the only way I can do these long form videos for you each and every day and abuse my body, abuse my mind, abuse my soul, abuse my voice is if you guys help out. That is literally the only way. Kamal Oz, he does way more than his share. He always keeps me plugged in. The super chats and everything is nice, and that's just extra. So, I need the world of boxing to come through dripping. What I'm doing in boxing is legendary. It's been legendary, and it's going to continue to be that way, but it does require the participation. Like, I know there's a ton of haters and, stuff like that, but I'll never have more haters than I got supporters. That'll never happen. So make sure y'all always make sure that ratio is leaning in favor of the supporters. You know what I mean? And that's how we truly win. Cause I'm here to change some things in boxing and just, keep it fun, entertaining, educational, knowledge-based, fact-based. Let's get it. I'm ready. I'm a workhorse. I was born for this type of stuff. So this is what I do. Let's go. Team Spence is in the building. What's up, Ego? Jamark, what's good? Yeah, I mean, we were hoping the fight is official. Like, see, and the other thing with media kind of being thirsty, shout out to Kenichi Bear. Make sure you guys check the link in the description of all my videos and cop the headphones. You need a lifestyle headphone, he got you. The Hibernations by Kenichi Bear. Stop playing. Okay, so back to the thirsty media real quick. The thirsty media, they like everybody want to be like Mike Lowry. They want to be like Boxing Ego. They want the fame. They want the glow. I got the glow like Timok. Listen, it's weird. If you get to use the link in the description, cop the headphones. They're real. You just slap them on. They got the RGB light. Stop playing. We only rocking with the best. We only supporting, real entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial endeavors, people who are coming out the mud. I came out the mud. My boy Kenichi Bear came up with an idea. See, if one thing, F the boxing stuff, one thing you could take away from my channel is the hustle. I do it off the muscle. I do it out the mud. Ain't nobody ever handed me anything and said, here, take this, and just gave me the keys to the Lambo. You know what I'm saying? It's all been from hard work. And I'm here to show you in the physical, if you doubt yourself, because we all go through it at times. If you doubt yourself, you got an idea, put it out. The link's in the description, bro. The link is in the description. It'll take you right there. If you got an idea, put that out, run it. People, see, one of the things is people, they have an idiotic approach, and I'm just being real because I ain't got time to waste. They got an idiotic approach where people will have these ideas and stuff, and they don't want to go through the pain and the growth stages. So they just won't put it out because they thinking about everything and worried about everything. But that's not how it works. You don't know what's going to present itself and what's going to come out until you actually put it up. Till you put it out, get some feedback from the public. And that's what Kenichi Bear, my boy is young, bro. That's my youngin', and he already out here pursuing dreams and taking the chance and taking the gamble. So I need y'all to recognize that and support that. That's real. Shout out to Kamal. He says, breaking Tyson. Hey, you threw me off with that, bro. He said, breaking news. Tyson Fury calls out Boris Kojo. Listen, I don't like, just so y'all know, people they always like I got a lot of fans and people who question, oh, why don't you make a video about this? Well, first of all, I'm one person, so I can't make a video about everything. Second of all, I for damn sure ain't making no video about Tyson Fury and his Tourette syndrome. I like, it's just a waste of my time. Bro, Tyson Fury says something different every single day. I can't keep up with that. You know what I'm saying? And again, it boils down to what I said with media being thirsty. Like Kamal said, he calling out Boris Kojo. He want to fight Morris Chestnut. I ain't got time for it, bro. And real talk, when it comes to Fury, nobody really cares. In America, I don't know about the UK, but then the UK, they down bad anyway. So I ain't really worried about that. Bro, the UK rapper said, how could it be homophobic? The shtick is gay. Bro, that was like a real rap song in the UK. Listen, America and the UK, different places. Because ain't no rapper that I like gonna start no verse like that. I can't picture Jadakiss saying, how could it be homophobic? The shtick is gay. That men's don't play. Pop him in skull and pop. Are you done? Are you finished? Bro, so that's what I'm saying. I don't even listen. Tyson Fury, he just say something new. He said he fighting Rihanna. Umbrella, Ella, eh. Now you want to see me naked. Like, he just say something new every day. he retiring and then unretire. Bro, nobody cares. Retire for good. Let Wilder get that belt. Yeah, let that belt go vacant so Wilder can knock somebody out for the belt. And retire. Yeah. Retire. So yeah, I don't really, bro, that man said, how could it be homophobic? The stick is gay. Bro, what? Man, get this out of here. UK is down bad. And then, listen, this is how bad the UK is down. And I'm mad that I even have to talk about this, but I ain't really talked about it, so I guess I got a little bit of time to talk about it. Bro, how could it be homophobic? The stick is gay. What? Pull up in a man flat in a don't play. Anyway, this is how I know the UK is down bad. They lied to you. They lied to you and said that Tyson Fury and Joshua was finna fight, knowing damn well that there was a trilogy that Tyson Fury had to honor, which he eventually did, based on the arbitration mediation process, initiated by Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. But Tyson Fury, at that time, Fury lied to you and said he don't owe Wilder no more fights. He's free to do whatever he wants. And then during that time, ESPN, old media, Tyson Fury, they all ran around saying that, the fight's done. They were telling the purse splits for the fight. They were saying the fight's in Saudi Arabia, how much each person was going to get, the site fee, all this bullshit. And then guess what? The judge said, we rule and side with Wilder, the pandemic and whoom. You owe the man another fight contractually. Fight that boy Wilder. And then all that Joshua talk was dead. But wait, there's more. Kamal Oz says Fury finna fight Cujo the dog and Jaden Smith. He finna fight Jaden Smith in the pursuit of happiness. Get Fury out of here, bro. Never let anyone tell you can't do something. Not even me. Bro, he finna fight Jaden when he a little kid in the pursuit of happiness. We ain't trying to see that. Listen, then after they lied to you about Joshua and Fury happening and said the fight was finalized and all this goofy stuff, then he had to fight Wilder. He beat Wilder by knockout. Okay. And then he fought Dillian White. Still no Joshua. And Joshua lost 2 times in a row. So fast forward to the future. The UK is down so bad. They're down so bad that Joshua is off of 2 losses. 1-2. We got to list 2. What my boy Calvin Ford say at the Tank press conference? We got to list 2. Bro, he lost 2 times. Shout out to my dudes from Baltimore. Bro, 2. The man lost 2 times in a row. And then Fury just said he was fighting Usyk. And now, he said he was retired, then he unretired. Then he said he was fighting Usyk. Now he said he want to fight Joshua. And they arguing over the dates. Bro, stop it. Why would the UK want to see Joshua off of 2 losses, no longer a champion, fight a 1-belt champion in Tyson Fury under these terms? Like, I could get Deontay Wilder versus Joshua. They both off a loss. They both aren't champions, and it's a big fight worldwide, not just in the UK. How could it be homophobic? The stick is gay. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Adrian. What's up? Barry Walker. What's up? Yeah, all those just tuning in, that's what's up. Welcome. Hit the like button. Bro, the UK is down bad. Eddie Hearn, he just make up something every day. He just, we'll take the deal. Bro, what deal? There's no deal. Bro, the UK is down bad. That's all I can say. Fury's saying 60-40. And then some other person saying 50-50. Then they saying November, December. Bro, if you, first of all, listen. I will bet money that Tyson Fury and Joshua do not fight this year. I will bet money. Anybody that got a pair of nuts that want to rump with the big dog and put up a bag. I'm not talking about no little $20 bet, $50. Let's bet some bread. I will put major bread on it, major coin, that fight doesn't happen. First of all, it's going to be October sooner than you think. We're in September and you haven't even negotiated the fight. In addition, you would have to already look at the schedule. Like what fights do UFC have coming up for November, December? Because Tank said he coming back in December. So that's already a slot that if you want to maximize your dollar, you probably don't want to go up against Tank Davis with no Joshua off of 2 losses in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? And then Errol Spence and Terence Crawford could fight in November. So it's like, they not finna fight, bro. It's that simple. Jeremiah said my ribs hurting, Ego. Let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all know I'm keeping it real. Damaris Jones, what's up? I always keep it real. I give y'all, the real deal Holyfield. So that's that. I ain't worried about Tyson Fury. Shrek built self. I ain't worried about what he talking about. Barry Walker. Now, back to the media for the Crawford situation, right? Crawford and Errol Spence. It's taking hella long. People are so thirsty in this media game, boxing game, so thirsty to be seen. They recycling the news that's been out for months. This is insane, bro. I understand you want to see Crawford versus Spence, as do I. But these motherfuckers turn into Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take Captain. Bro, they turn into Captain Planet, recycling the same news. Bro, how many more people are going to say Crawford, Errol Spence, November/December with no actual breaking news, no actual development? Like, wait, this is the same stuff we've been talking about since the 4th of July or better. What is going on? I feel like Marvin Gaye. Hey, what's going on? What is going on? People just want to put something out. That's why you see, man, y'all all going to bless me. Y'all all going to pay homage to what I'm doing. Because I spare you guys from so much. I could easily start making videos. I get paid for this. Like, I could just make videos leading you up Ish Creek and just saying stuff, you know what I mean? Just to hype you up. But I try to make the content, plausible and realistic to the situation. So I'll talk about, like, I dropped a Crawford video and this is like an eye test. He looks like he's put on some weight. So that's relevant to the fight. But, I've seen a bunch of people talking about, oh, my source told me November, maybe December. Bro, that's what all the sources been said since the dawn of time. Like, why is this my approach, I'm old school. My approach is this. If I don't really have nothing new to deliver, then I'll probably just hold off on that. Shout out to View of the Bay. Let's get a Bay Area. Yee. If I don't have nothing new to bring to the equation, then I'll just wait on that topic. That's my approach. And I think if more people did that in boxing would be less watered down and it has a better chance of growing. How many sources told them November, December? That's what every source, every person said, but there's no actual, like I said, there's no update. There's no breaking news. There's no picture, or I'm not getting an email from PBC talking about, oh, in LA, they're doing a press tour. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to really discuss. So let them handle the business and then hopefully get the fight cracking. And then that's that. Boxing is becoming weird where it's becoming just it's like TMZ. Boxing turned into TMZ. Everything on boxing is TMZ. It's like who can, say the craziest. That's circus. I don't think the sport deserve that. You know what I mean? Like you go to a circus back in the, I'm talking about back in the day, the 1800s or something, right? P.T. Barnum, like back in those days, they have all these posters, the tallest man in the universe, in the world, and the bearded lady. That's what boxing is looking like. That's what boxing is truly looking like. The bearded lady and the tallest man in the world and them wolf boys. You seen them boys when they got hair everywhere? Like 99% of their body is covered with hair. They look like werewolves. The werewolf man, half wolf man. Bro, that's what boxing is. Some National Enquirer. Really weird. I want to see Errol Spence. I want to see Terence Crawford. Respects to both of them. But I don't want to see Mel Gibson has alien baby, National Enquirer. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. Too much. Werewolf boy. And you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. I'll sleep and let me know when the fight's on. I don't care about nothing else. And some of y'all opinions ain't worth a damn. Y'all just saying stuff to say stuff. Like I'm so serious. I'm so sincere. I've seen people say Errol Spence ain't got no power. Bro, you sound stupid, bro. Listen, if anybody thinks that Errol Spence has no power, please hit the unsubscribe button on my channel. Cause you dumb as hell. Yeah. Listen. I want you, if I'm offending you, good. Cause you dumb as a rock. Like, if you think Errol Spence has zero power, no power, and you're offended by me saying that, unsubscribe to my channel right now. I don't even want you as a fan. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want you in here. Like, I'd rather have two people, me and Kenya B and Surah and the gang, than to have some stupidity like that in my chats. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe in quality over quantity. Quantity's cool as long as it got some quality to it. But I'm seeing all types of stupid stuff. It's like boxing has like a congregation or some kind of convention like Comic-Con. It's like Stupid Con. And they all get together and think of the dumbest talking points for boxing, and they just decide to spit them out at one. Oh, Tank's ducking Pitbull. How he ducking the guy he already beat? Y'all sound stupid as hell. How's Tank ducking Pitbull and he already beat him? Body snatcher, eye collector. That's what I'm saying. Errol Spence be snatching people's eye out. They be looking like Beetlejuice characters after he fight them. And straight up Tim Burton. You talking about people talking about he ain't got no power. And like, listen, I'm just being real with you. The people that say it's just too much stupidity. Shout out to Come On. $10 from Kamal Oz. He said, corporate media, Tyson Fury, and Eddie Hearns are the kings of the updateless updates. That's a fact. They love to hear themselves talk, and the story always changes. Their theme song is Katy Perry's Hot and Cold. It's ridiculous. That's big facts. They do updates about nothing. Oh, we accept the offer. Yeah, mate. You accept what offer? There's nothing in writing. How you going to accept some that don't exist? How do you accept an offer that's not in writing? And it's not even in discussion for real. Like, there's no verbal agreement even. They haven't even agreed. Tyson Fury tripping off the dates. Anthony Joshua won different dates. Bro, get the UK out of here. Please. Errol Spence breaks people's faces in. And see, like, listen, I respect Terence Crawford. He definitely got power. He's sharp. I think Crawford's a sharp puncher. He's sharp. He's very cat-like and cunning and agile. But I'm just going to be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. Crawford has all knockouts. True. At welterweight. But like Shania Twain said, that don't impress me much. Oh, don't get me wrong. Bro, that don't impress me much because it's not about getting knockouts. It's about who did you knock out and when did you knock them out? That don't impress me much, bro. Like, it's cool. Like, it's dope. It's a dope stat. Like, if someone say, oh, you rather have 8 knockouts in a row or not, of course I want 8 knockouts in a row. It looks good. But what I'm saying is, shout out to my boy Ari. What I'm saying is it's deeper than just knocking out 8 people in a row or whatever he's done at welterweight. Who did you beat and when did you beat him? That has to be considered. Crawford KO'd Porter. Yeah, but he KO'd podcast Porter. There's a difference. Like, it's not the fans' fault that we didn't know that Sean Porter, he said all this stuff post-fight. He said, I knew I was retiring, win, lose, or draw after this fight. I had arthritis in my hip, the doctor said. Not gonna lie, that sounds like an excuse. You know what? You sound like a block. Get him out of here. Block him. See, I destroy people like this all the time. When I say facts, they get mad and say, oh, you're making excuses. These are facts, bro. I don't have to make up anything. This is what Sean Podcast Porter said. He said he had arthritis in his hip, but his doctor said this is a lot of wear and tear, blah, blah, blah. He said that. Him and his dad both agreed he didn't push it in training camp like he did for past camps. That's not an excuse. That's literally what was said, right? And then the reality is Crawford was a guest on Porter's podcast at least 2 times since that fight. They went paintballing together. I follow all of them on social media, right? So they went paintballing. So for all intents and purposes, I don't think there's animosity there. It's just like, oh, it's the warrior code. It's a gentleman's sport. So Porter's very cool with Crawford, as was the case before the fight. Remember, because we didn't even know if we were going to get the fight based on that. So all things considered, that's just what it is. Like Teddy Atlas said, against who about Triple G? Big facts. Bro, y'all got to analyze the facts and look at that. Like, all this stuff matters. Not even just podcast Porter. Porter was on a 400-day plus layoff. That's a fact. You can get mad as hell. Crawford was off a layoff too since the Kell Brook fight, but Porter was off a longer layoff and didn't push it in training camp and all this. Crawford, we don't know when he's retiring. So that's not even like the first thing on his mind. So this is just the reality of it. You can't get mad at me for stating the facts. Bro, like, we could do it. We can ask the question. Make sure y'all get the likes up. From what you've seen, Sean Porter that fought Errol Spence in 2019, did he look like another gear? What was the bottom line? Let me simplify it. 2019 Porter that fought Errol Spence or 2021 Porter that fought Crawford. What Crawford, if this was a video game and you could do Porter versus Porter, 2019 Errol Porter or 2021 Porter, what character would you pick? What would you say was the better Porter? Stop playing. See, y'all gonna learn to stop playing with me. I'm gonna drive the points home and I'm gonna make you feel it. Y'all about to feel this. If you could go Porter for Porter, what is the better Porter? Like, exclude the opponent, the version of them. Like, so look at the physique, look at where they were in their career, all that. Man, shout out to Bear E. Walker. Y'all gonna have to bite down and accept these facts. Errol Spence fought Porter. And first of all, Errol Spence, this is all fact. Listen, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Y'all stop me when I stop telling the truth, like Jay-Z said. Errol Spence fought a champion Porter. That's a fact. Crawford did not. That's a fact. Crawford fought Porter that had already lost and got dropped by Errol, had one fight with Sebastian Formella, who I don't even know who that is, and then he had a 400-day layoff. Then he fought Crawford after mandatories got ordered and stuff, and he self-admittedly admits that he didn't go as hard in training camp. And he already had a podcast. He was working on Ring City. He was working on Triller. These are all factual things you can line up. So there's no way you could convince me that Challenger Porter, with all that overhead of being a podcaster and commentator and long layoff, is the same version. It's just not. I mean, you can try to get mad. So people keep saying Crawford stopped Porter. True. But at the same time, I don't think it was the same version of Porter. Jacob, what's up? That's my honest opinion. That's like be real. Carlos Baldomir, he fought Floyd Mayweather, pretty tough fight, and he fought Zab Judah, right? Can you honestly say the Baldomir that Canelo knocked out clean was the same version of Baldomir that Floyd and Zab fought? See, y'all want to play games with me. Y'all ain't got enough. Your reach ain't long enough, Dunny. You ain't got enough, bro. You ain't got enough stamps in your passport with young ego. The Baldomir that Canelo fought was not the same version. This happens a lot where you'll see guys like let's say Andre Ward. Andre Ward, right? He fought Chad Dawson. When he fought Chad Dawson was a light heavyweight champion of the world, beating Bernard Hopkins and stuff like that, right? Years later, after Ward beat Chad Dawson got knocked out cold after that by Adonis Stevenson. Then later, Chad Dawson lost to Tom Carpensy. I think he had a messed up shoulder in that fight, right? So, am I going to say Tom Carpensy is messing with Adonis Stevenson? Damn sure he's not messing with Andre SOG Ward because he beat Chad Dawson. You beat a later version of the same guy. And we know in the sport of boxing, they don't all hold the same amount of weight, because for that to be the case, that means everything stayed exactly the same or someone got better exponentially. Like, there are cases of that where someone does get better. Like Antonio Margarito knocked out Sergio Martinez. He was like 21 years old, 22, 23. He was very young. Sergio then actually had a rebirth and got better. So if Margarito would have knocked him out later when he was fighting Kelly Pavlik and stuff like that, would have been probably different. So there are times like that where someone does get better and then you can have an early loss, but then they improved. Like Maidana. Maidana had like losses to Devin Alexander, but by the time he was fighting Mayweather, he was a different animal. So it goes both ways. But in boxing, more often than not, when fighters are been through wars and got a certain style, no longer champions, it's hard to compare to the prime champion version of them, period. He said Kamal Oz, appreciate you. He said Canelo stopped. He fought a shop Warren Mosley, Cintron, and Cole. That's what I'm saying. Kermit Cintron's that's a great one. Kermit Cintron, he fought a washed up Cintron. That's not the same as, what are we talking about? That's not the same version of Cintron that Martinez fought. And so on and so forth. So the only people who don't seem to get this are the people who don't want to acknowledge the truth. The people who are like living in denial. The people who are living in denial and don't want to have to assess what's being discussed. Those are the only people. Like, even I would even say Mikey Garcia comes to mind. Errol Spence beat an undefeated Mikey Garcia, right? That's all fact. He beat undefeated Mikey Garcia. That win meant something because nobody had beaten Mikey Garcia like that, right? Mikey Garcia just fought who had Sandals and just lost and then retired. That's not the same. Like, bro, the Errol Spence fight, in my opinion, took a lot out of Mikey Garcia. A lot. So there's that. Just like Sean Porter, I think the Errol Spence fight, the Keith Thurman fight, and all them wars and tough fights with Danny Garcia and stuff, those are big punchers. Those are 12 rounds. Bro, you're fighting monster Danny Garcia, monster puncher Keith Thurman, monster Errol Spence Jr., and you went 12 rounds with all of them. So 12 plus 12, that's 24. So you just between Danny and Keith Thurman, that's 24 rounds of being in there with a tough puncher. Then you add 12 more, 12 times 3, that's 36. So you did 36 rounds, and that's only 3 people off his resume. So the best elite names that Sean Porter fought in recent memory were those guys. So that's 3 fighters. They all went 12 rounds. That's 36 rounds of tough work, no matter what the outcome for any of those fights were. And that's not even including Kell Brook fights and other fights for Sean Porter, like Broner fight when he got dropped, stuff like that. So Mikey Garcia is another example of what I'm talking about. Mikey Garcia that Errol fought, yeah, Errol gets full credit because Mikey was in a different space. The Sandoz gets credit for beating Mikey Garcia, true. I'm not saying you don't get no credit, but I'm not going to give you the same amount of credit when one guy took an undefeated fighter's O and dominated him, and then you fought a later version of him that had inactivity, gained a lot of weight in his offseason, and all these types of things, and then you beat him. Mikey Garcia was big. Like if you look at him in his offseason, he was putting on weight after that Errol Spence fight. So I don't know how much of the desire he even had after that Errol Spence fight. So like one thing that I do incredibly well is put stuff in perspective. A lot of boxing fans do not want to put things into perspective. They act like, oh, Pitbull Cruz knocked out Gamboa and Tank didn't. But the boxing doesn't work like that, bro. They try to do this with Pacquiao and Floyd. Pitbull Cruz annihilating Gamboa, it was a fun fight. He beat him, great. But you can't say, oh, aha, but Pitbull Cruz, that's his style. His style is like, he don't care about defense. He's just going to try to go get you. So stylistically, if somebody's on the backside of their career like Gamboa, yeah, that's Pitbull's style to just come at you, don't worry about defense, potentially take punches, and blah, blah, blah. So that right there, styles make fights. But beyond that, number 2 is this. You can't just say Pitbull Cruz knocked him out and Tank took 12 rounds to knock him out, because had Tank not beat his ass and had that fight, maybe you see a different version of Gamboa, because didn't he get an Achilles injury in that fight? So you see what I'm saying? You can't skip fights and omit pieces of information that you know in the sport of boxing and say, you know, A plus C equals D and skip over B. Like that's just not how boxing works. Because again, had Gamboa not went through Devin Haney losses, Gervonta Davis stoppage, loss, and injury, maybe a different version of him shows up to the Pitbull Cruz fight. You know, it's just what it is. You fought a later version of him after everyone had beat him, including Crawford. Spence is the A side. Yeah, that goes without saying. Spence is definitely the A side when it comes to that. He gotta be. Another thing about Tank is this, that I forgot to say in the yesterday's stream, is this. Tank is such a star in boxing. You have a solid performance against him. Even if you lose, you can become more popular. That's how you know. Listen to me. Don't listen to what old media is saying, because they liars. Listen again. If you fight Tank Davis and do solidly and don't get like overly embarrassed, or at least put up a decent fight, you become more popular, even though you lost. Like you lost. It's not like you lost or you won the fight. You lost and you get more popular. That's the type of energy that Tank is bringing where, let's look at it. Mario Barrios got dropped, I think 3 times by Tank Davis and stopped in one of the rounds in Atlanta. Stopped. But you see him when they show him in the crowd, people be like, oh, and cheering for him. He got more love losing. That's what I said. I said on Twitter, it's the Floyd factor. He got more love losing to Tank than I seen before when he was fighting Cowboy Carl or somebody, knocking him out, right? Then Barrios got a Tank Davis fight. He said, hey, I'm giving my body a break, moving up. I'm fighting Barrios. So that's one example. Pitbull Cruz, he's another example. Bro, I liked Pitbull Cruz for a while before he fought Tank. And I've told you that. Nobody was really talking about Pitbull Cruz. There's a lot of groupie, fair weather fan, bandwagon fans, and race fans and stuff. Now they trying to co-sign Pitbull Cruz because he running through. But when he was losing to Tank, some of those race fans were saying that Pitbull Cruz was a bum and a C-class fighter, and Tank needs to step it up. Now all of a sudden, Pitbull Cruz is bringing excitement and running through guys just like he was doing before Tank. And then now everybody loves Pitbull Cruz. This is the same thing that happened to Floyd. I promise you. I promise you. When Floyd fought Miguel Cotto, they said Floyd just beat a damaged version of Cotto. After the Floyd-Cotto fight, Cotto then lost the very next fight to Austin Trout. I'm the greatest that boxing has ever seen. This is all off the top of my dome. There's nobody that can keep up with me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. I'm just ferocious. I want his heart. I want to eat his kids. Praise be Allah. There's nobody that can keep up with the human encyclopedia, the boxing encyclopedia. When Floyd fought Cotto, he beat him. They said Cotto was bad, damaged, Margarito fight, Pacquiao fight, and Floyd got the beat up version, right? Then Cotto loses again, back to back to Austin Trout. Years after both of those fights, Canelo, hey, get the pay, you want pay, right? Canelo fought Cotto, and when Cotto lost to Canelo, they gave him props. So a Mexican fighter beat a Puerto Rican fighter years after Floyd Mayweather, and Canelo somehow got props for it. And this is after he lost to Trout, and before that, Floyd. So how does that work? This is the Floyd Mayweather effect, people. How was Cotto damaged goods when Floyd fought him, and then he loses again to Trout and looks bad in the Trout fight, to be honest. And then Cotto years later fights Canelo. Canelo beats him and then gets credit for it. But y'all said it was damaged goods when Floyd was fighting him. And Floyd was way smaller than Cotto. And Canelo looked big as hell next to Cotto. So Floyd being about Cotto's age, I don't know who's older off the top of my head, but they're around the same age, and Floyd is definitely smaller than Cotto. And he fought him at 54. Versus if you go watch the fight, when Canelo fought Cotto, Canelo looked huge next to Cotto. His arm, bicep, he looked like Rambo. But somehow, some way, Canelo's giving all this credit. He giving all this credit for beating Cotto, but the same haters was saying he was damaged goods. Same thing with Pitbull Cruz. When Tank beat Pitbull Cruz with one hand, they said Pitbull Cruz was a bum, a loser, and whatever else insults they decided to say. He was a C-class fighter. Now he's running through Gamboa and Eduardo Ramirez and knocking him out. Now they saying Tank's scared of him. So how he go from being a bum to getting 2 wins or so after Tank beat him with one hand to Tank's afraid of this guy that you just said was a bum? Man, come on, bro. These dudes in boxing is clowns. Terrell. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, make sure y'all come back. It's on Saturday, right? Yeah, come back for Clarissa Shields. We're going to do I like that card. I'm going to do the co-main and Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do the Clarissa Shields card because I want to support them. That's some good fights. Clarissa Shields and who the hell is that? Floyd and Trout beat Cotto decisively. Canelo didn't. I didn't even really watch that fight after. Like, I watched it, but what I'm saying, I never went back to the fight. But I had Canelo winning the fight. But it was pretty close, to be honest. It was decently close. It wasn't like no blowout. That's what I remember. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no blowout. And bro, hey, listen. I shook up the world. Let's get it. Canelo, for all the praise he gets, he's not doing this marvelous stuff. Bro, wait. Explain this. When Canelo fights someone elite, the fights are always close or controversial. Prove me wrong. Bro, y'all give Canelo all this like, oh, he's Canelo. But every time he fights anybody elite, the fight is either A, close, or it's controversial. Scoring card be bogus. Prove me wrong. I'm waiting. Somebody prove me wrong. Name one Canelo fight in the last 8 years where he fought someone elite at the time he was fighting them, and the fight was not close or controversial. It was Canelo by blowout. When? Triple G, controversial. Cotto fight, controversial. I remember people were saying that Cotto won during that time. Name a fight where, both Triple G fights, people said it could have went either way damn near. Name a fight, bro. Bevo got whooped. When he fought Bevo, he got whooped. I don't know you beat, I don't know you lost to. We fought Bevo, he got whooped. Y'all give certain fighters all this praise in the world. It's like, what are we overly praising? Every time Canelo's in a fight where you think a guy has a chance and there ain't no rehydration or weird clauses or quick turnarounds, the fight, he don't look so hot. It looks like even the Kovalev fight, bro. Canelo was losing the Kovalev fight. He was losing the Kovalev. And then the ending looked fake. Man, the ending looked FAF. I'm just gonna say that, bro. Bro, Kovalev looked horrible and was still beating him. He said Canelo acts childish like AJ when things don't go his way. That's big facts though. That's facts though. Because, bro, I'm telling you, it has something to do with your entourage. When you make so much money and you the man and you the breadwinner and everyone's counting on you to be that dude, if you're not the right personality type and you feed into that and you want people to stroke your ego, no pun intended, that's where it gets problematic, because you want a bunch of yes men around you. You don't want people correcting you. You don't want people to explain the error of your thinking or the error of your way. You want a bunch of people around you who's going to sit there, play their position, shut up, not go against the grain, don't overthink the master. And you got a bunch of yes men. Joshua especially, but Canelo, I think Canelo too. They just, just people you along for the ride and stuff like that. Canelo want to fight. If you British, then Canelo will fight you. If you niggerish, then I don't know. If you Mexican, no. Canelo ain't trying to fight you, bro. Canelo will fight Austin Powers and then make an excuse for why he don't want to fight Zordo Ramirez. Who throws a shoe? Honestly, that's not your mother. That's a man, baby. I've got my mojo. Oh, behave. Bro, how the y'all let Canelo fight Austin Powers? But then every fight you want to see him in, Bevo rematch, Gilberto Ramirez, Benavidez, David Morrell, Charlo Andre, he got an excuse. Andre, horrible fight. You're a horrible guy. Horrible. Jamal Charlo, he need to fight Benavidez. He'll say Benavidez he'll make an excuse. Like, come on, bro. But he'll fight Austin Powers. Oh, behave. Shout out to Kamal. He said Canelo and Crawford fought quite a few blown up fighters outside of their natural weight classes, and dudes were past it. Alvarez has the better resume. But like people over like Canelo having a good resume, yes. But when you're the golden child or whatever, you get to pick all the people. So yeah, in between fighting from 15 to age 30 for 15 years, you know, fighting people when you want it and stuff, yeah, you're going to probably amass some names when you have the quantity of fights that he had. But, bro, even Canelo, like, he never fights nobody. Canelo will never fight when the fight is at his fever pitch. Like, even the Golovkin fight. He fought Golovkin in 2017, but if you go back, there were people begging for the fight 2014, 15, 16, and he didn't fight him. People forget that. People just talk about how he fought Golovkin. He did, but he fought him like years after the fight was already, people that already wanted to see the fight. And Golovkin, he vacated the belt. Yeah, Triple G was coming off the Jacobs fight because Canelo waits to see that somebody's human and waits for somebody else to do the dirty work, and then you come in and try to pick them apart, you know, from what you learned. It's just the oldest trick in the book, bro. Like David Benavidez, he's not going to fight no one like that unless the public physically forces him, which at this point is a bit hard. But here's why. Because David Benavidez is blasting dudes. If David Benavidez kept looking like Ron Gavril the first fight, and he was getting dropped and looking vulnerable to a victory, Canelo would fight him. He wouldn't be talking about, oh, I don't want to fight Mexicans and all that stuff. He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight somebody that there ain't no blueprint. David Benavidez, there's not really a blueprint to beat him. You can say, oh, he lacks defense. Yeah, but what he don't lack is hand speed. And he'll, bro, let David Benavidez get off with that hand speed. That's not something he lacks. Bro, David Benavidez, when he get going, he be, bro, let him go crazy with that hand speed. You talking about he lacked defense, okay, but some people's upside in their offense is so crazy that it kind of makes up for it. Like even Eastside Pitbull Cruz, he don't have no defense. He don't have no defense at all. But his offense is so monstrous where you got to walk through some fire potentially because he looks like he has a chin and he got offense, he got power. So you have to deal with that to get, you know what I'm saying, to beat him. And some guys are like that, where it's like Ruslan Provodnikov. He ain't like a defensive guy, but if you get caught with that touch of death, you might be in trouble. Canelo let Jacobs and Lemieux do his dirty work. That's why people are falling off. Where are the Chupapi Muñeños, bro? The Chupapi Muñeños is down bad. You hear me? They are down bad. The Chupapi Muñeños. Bro, your master, Canelo Alvarez, fights in 9 days, and I ain't heard no buzz. They like bees with no stinger. I ain't heard no buzz. Do you hear me? Bro, Canelo is fighting in 9 days on pay-per-view, and not nobody is talking about it. It's not making any waves. People are talking about imaginary fights more than they're talking about an actual fight with Canelo. He talking about, Canelo Alvarez, he took to his social media and said the biggest fight in boxing. Shit. What? The biggest fight in boxing? You better stop. Bro, how's it the biggest fight on boxing? They still got a bunch of tickets left. And they going to start putting the tickets on Groupon. You can buy a couple of tickets with a coupon. Listen, I drop unexpected like bursts. Y'all getting pooped on. Listen, I'm going to put y'all in my salad. That's a crouton. Listen. Oh my gosh, bro. How do you have the biggest fight in boxing? Ain't nobody talking about it. Cap. You coming off a loss. Bevo beat your ass. You didn't want to rematch him. Cap. Y'all allow so much cap. And then got the nerve to hate on Devin Haney and people like that. And he already beat Kambosos, but he honoring the, you know what I mean? He honoring the rematch clause. Canelo had a rematch clause and don't want it. That shows you Canelo shook of the Bevo. How do you have the safety net of a rematch clause? You lose, claim you beat Bevo, and you don't exercise the rematch. You shook. That's why. There's no other explanation. Why would you put a rematch clause in the fight? You put the rematch clause in the fight in the event that you lose. So you have that insurance. So you say, oh, I can get my respect back. Or if it's a title fight, I could get my belt back. You put a rematch clause in the fight. You had a certain time to exercise that. And you said, I'm fighting a 40-year-old Golovkin instead of exercise. So why did you put the rematch? Why didn't you just do the contract with no rematch clause and then hope you win? You weren't going to do an immediate rematch anyway. So why not? Now you letting another Mexican fighter, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, take out your trash potentially if Zurdo can beat Bevo. Damn, that don't look good, bro. Imagine if Floyd Mayweather lost to Maidana or something, and then he let Pacquiao. No, it has to be someone else from, like, just someone from your region. Like, let's say Errol Spence lost. Errol Spence lost, and he left it up to another Texas fighter to beat the guy for him. When he had a rematch clause. What kind of, man, what? Is this your king? Is this your king? Benavidez does have defense if it's mixed in with his offense because he will catch hook. Yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as some people like Pitbull Cruz or somebody, but I think a lot of his defense is his size, to be honest. His size, he's like a good height, long arms, and his offense is crazy. So, and he's fast, so you don't want to do too much. So, but I think his size, if anything, like he could pull his head out the way because he's tall enough to do it. The only problem is if he starts fighting bigger guys at 175, where they have equal reaches and stuff like that, because just simply being taller than 168 pounders, you can maybe pull your head back. But if someone got longer arms, you can't just get out the way of certain shots. But that's for an advanced conversation. Anyway, I told you I would try to make it up and give a stream for y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. I will see you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe. Same bad channel, same bad station. More videos coming soon. There's a lot to talk about. Again, we're going to close the year very strong. Appreciate you. Sorry I was late. Holla at me. I will see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.